All right, let me get just my beautiful, happy, smiling face up there again. Hello, everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome to Library Live. Starting out with some technical difficulties this morning, but just like we talked about last week, that's going to happen. We'll figure it out. We will work through it. We've got 88 people, 91 people since I started speaking now in the room. Daniel, hello. Praneet, hey, Mrs. Dowd is joining us today. Good morning, Mrs. Dowd. Josie, Lila, Sabrina, Saya, Justin, good morning. Ashaz, Amy and Paige, good morning. Praneet, good morning. Janie, good morning. Mrs. Morris is joining us this morning. Good morning, Mrs. Morris. Abigail, good morning. I think I got everybody. I'm going to try to say hello to everybody. Abhinav, good morning. Julia, good morning. Lydia this morning. Hannah, good morning. Whew, a lot of you here today. We're up to about 95 now. Thank you for joining us today, everybody, for Library Live. Let's get our rules and expectations up just so we all start out on a positive note and on the same page. Number one, of course, is to be kind. It's the most important rule in the library. I know what you're saying. We're not in the library right now. Well, you're sending comments to me. Keep those comments kind. Be kind to the people at home with you. Maybe you have a sibling who's trying to get some work done or a parent who's getting lunch ready for you. No matter who you're around, it's always important to be kind. Number two, this is a way for us to connect and have fun. So let's make sure we keep it that way. Number three, we already tried this one. Be patient. We lost connection a couple times. Remember, we're going to work through it. We're going to make the best out of it. Things are going to happen. We'll make it through. This is a great point to bring this up. Not all comments and questions will be answered, mostly because as they keep on coming in, it's hard for me to see all of them and respond to all of them. So if you say hello, or if you answer a question or suggest something, I'm not ignoring you if I don't respond to it. It's just because there's so much coming in. It's almost impossible for me to keep up with it all. I do review all of your answers and questions after the live session is over, though. I get a report of all the comments people typed, and I do go back and read that. Finally, 10 to 20 second delay. Everything that you hear, you're hearing it 10 to 20 seconds after I've actually said it. So if I ask you a question and then you respond to it and I don't note it right away, that's because there's that 10 to 20 second delay, okay? Just be aware of that. I'm noticing some people saying I'm freezing. Yep, I know I'm freezing a couple times. That's all right. We'll get through it. Eric giving Mrs. Morris a shout out as the best principal. Can't argue with you there, Eric, absolutely. All right, let's move on. Let's see what we're gonna do today. Number one, we're going to take a look at some of your Scrambles that you created during last week's Seesaw activity. We'll have a preview of what this week's Seesaw activity is. Then we'll get to our Dewey number of the day. You get to guess the Dewey number again. We'll do it a little differently this week. Then I'm really excited to introduce May Book Madness. I think that's going to be something we're going to have fun with for the next couple weeks. Since it was so popular last week, we will do another live Madlib. So if you want to grab a paper and pencil, I'll give you time to do that. Or, I can't believe I didn't think of it last week, you can always just take a screenshot. Duh. You guys are on some kind of a device. So if you want to take a screenshot of either the blank Madlibs before we start filling it in, or the different categories, you can do this again later, or the completed one that we create, you can take a screenshot of it. You see that little yellow camera icon in the bottom of the screen. Whenever you see that icon pop up, that means that there is an opportunity to take a screenshot. Let's give it a try right now. Here is our Madlib from last week. This is actually a bonus Madlib. Like I said, I review all of the comments that you make after the live session is over. So I went back and looked at all of your suggestions for last week's Madlib, and they were so good, I had to create another one. So if you want to take a screenshot, this would be a good time to do it as we look at our bonus Madlib. Our bonus Madlib poem sounds like this. Roses are teal. Violets are scared. Noodles are sweet. And so is Captain Underpants. You guys are such beautiful poets. Roses are teal, violets are scared, noodles are sweet, and so is Captain Underpants. You're all geniuses, every one of you. I love it. If you want to take a screenshot of that bonus Madlib, go ahead and do that now. And next, we're going to move on to hear some of your Scramble creations. So obviously, I don't have space on the screen or time during this session to read them all, but here were some that I thought were really good. Henry and Mrs. Clark's class combined a tiger and a fish to make a tigish. Shaz in Mrs. Clark's class made a gorillafant by combining a gorilla and an elephant. Arav in Mrs. Hober's class created a hippogator, combination of a hippo and an alligator. Stay far, far away from that animal if you ever see it. Emma in Mrs. McCabe's class created a lispel. That's a fun one to say. Combination of a lizard and an apple. Josh in Miss Mylonis' class created the pad tiger. So pad thai is a noodle dish from Thailand. He combined pad thai with tiger to create pad tiger. Colin in Miss DeFonzo's class, I think I saw your name pop up in the audience today, Colin. He created pigsketty, which is kind of like how little kids sound when they try to say spaghetti, pigsketty. But this is actually a combination of a pig and spaghetti. Aurora's creation from Miss Persichetti's class was a rexicorn, combination of a T-Rex and a unicorn. It's a very magical animal. And then finally, Caitlin from Mr. Steinmetz's class created the Piggy Pop, which is a combination of a pig and a lollipop. I don't know that I'd eat that, but I do think it's creative. Thank all of you for creating your Scrambles last week. I read some really creative creations. Obviously, not enough space to share them all. Just because I didn't share yours doesn't mean I didn't love it. So that's going to take us right into our Seesaw preview for this week. This week, you're going to take your Scramble from last week, or one of your Scrambles from last week, and do a little bit more with it. Here's what you'll do. When you log into Seesaw on Friday morning, should be available at about 8 o'clock, you'll see a new activity titled Scrambles Part 2. Now, this is a two-part activity again. In the first part, all you're going to do is choose one of your favorite Scrambles and draw a picture of it. There's my sushi shark. Now, when I sat down to draw a sushi shark, obviously, I have never seen a sushi shark before. So I needed to look at some pictures to get an idea of how to draw. I first went to Google and searched for images of sharks. Then I looked on Google for some images of sushi, because there's all different types of sushi, all different kinds of sharks. And as I was looking at those pictures, I got some ideas. I saw a lot of pictures of sushi rolls popping up, so I thought, oh, I could use that for the body of the sushi shark and draw it that way. So you don't want to copy anybody's picture. You don't want to copy something that somebody else has already created. But when it comes to drawing, you can use pictures of real things that you're trying to draw as, it's called a reference picture. You look at it to get an idea of how to draw something. So that's totally okay. I would not be able to create that sushi shark just out of my mind. I needed to look at some pictures first. Second part is to create some facts about your sushi shark. Now, I'm going to go full screen here for just a second because this is a really important conversation that we're going to have about facts. Or we're going to have a conversation about facts and facts. You're going to create facts. An actual fact is something that is true. No matter who believes it, no matter who says it, it is true. Like the grass is green. That's a fact. We know because we can look at that grass, observe it, and say, oh, look, it's green. Unless it's dead, then it might be brown or yellow. But for the most part, healthy grass is green. That's a fact. You may remember, or I may have read this book with some of your classes called The Sad Little Fact. Really good book about what a fact is and puts it really simply. A fact is a fact. But you are writing facts about Scrambles, and Scrambles aren't real. You created them. They're from your imagination. So guess what? There are no facts about Scrambles. It's your job to create them. That's why it's called a fact. You can't just make up an actual fact. We're making up a fact about something that doesn't really exist. So here are my facts about a sushi shark. My first fact is that it swims in soy sauce. Now, I came up with that by using actual facts about sharks. Sharks swim. That's a fact. And actual facts about sushi. People dip their sushi in soy sauce. That's a fact. So I combine those two actual facts to create my fact. Second example, sharks have fins. That's a fact. Sushi is made of rice. That's a fact. So I combine those two actual facts to get my second fact. Sushi sharks' fins are made of rice. So you can use actual facts to help you create your fact. So that's your Scramble activity for this week. Scrambles part 2. Before we move on, I'll give just a second to see if there are any questions about it in the comments. I don't see. I see some people asking you how to connect, or friends having trouble connecting. Remember, guys, if your friends are asking you how to connect, they'll find the link in our library Seesaw page. You won't find it on Teams. The only place you can get the link is on our library Seesaw page. All right, I don't see any questions about our activity, so we're going to move on to the Dewey number of the day, which is going to be a little different this week for a couple reasons. Number one, our Dewey number ends in a decimal. Obviously, you don't have to guess that number. Decimals are a way of showing a small piece of something. Some of you may have studied decimals in math class. But we're trying to guess these 3 digits, these 3 blanks. I have some clues for you for how to do that this week. 3 clues about how to guess the number. You can start guessing whenever you're ready. First clue is that all 3 of these digits are greater than 5, meaning this number is greater than 5, this number is greater than 5, this number is greater than 5. None of the digits are the same, so all 3 digits are different. And finally, the digits add up to 22. So if I add this digit and this digit and this digit together, they equal 22. As soon as you're ready to start guessing, start sending me your guesses. Not 323. Or 323 is a part of our Dewey number of the day, but that's not part we're trying to guess. Let's see, for our Scramble activity, if you didn't make one last week, it's still there. You can go ahead and make one this week and then complete part 2. 555. It's not 555. It is, remember, all digits are greater than 5. 999. Let's see, those are all greater than 5, but they're all the same. None of the digits are the same. Meek guessed 678. Let's see, they're all greater than 5. None of the digits are the same. Do they add up to 22? 8 and 7 is 15, plus 6 is 22, but that's not the number. It fits all the criteria, but that is not the number of me. So keep going. 679. Not 679, not 987, not 670. It's not 811 again. Nice try, Daniel. All digits are greater than 5. 759 is close. It's not 759, but that's pretty close. It's not 879, not 985, not 759. Some of you have the right digits, but just in the wrong order. Arjun got the digits. Arjun guessed 967. Those are the right digits, but they're in the wrong order. 687, 789. Everybody's getting closer. You're close. Your guesses are getting closer. All right, you ready to reveal what the number is? Our Dewey number of the day is 796.323. So the 3 digits you were trying to guess there are 7, 9, and 6. Let's double check my clues there. 3 digits are all greater than 5. 7 is greater than 5, 9 is greater than 5, 6 is greater than 5. Check. Are they all different? 7, 9, and 6 are 3 different digits. That's correct. And do they add up to 22? 9 plus 7 equals 16, and 16 plus 6 equals 22. Excellent. That's our Dewey number of the day. So what does 796.323 mean in Dewey Decimal language? It means basketball. I bet you didn't know that Melville Dewey was a Sixers fan, did you? So some facts about the game of basketball. Basketball was invented in the year 1891. It's a really old sport by a man named Dr. James Naismith. In the NBA, the Boston Celtics have won the most NBA championships than any other team. They've won the NBA championship 17 times. Here's a fast fact for you. In the 1960s, the Boston Celtics won the NBA championship every single year, except for one. The one year they didn't win it, 1967, you know which team won? Philadelphia 76ers. Some trivia for you there. This next one, I don't know. You could say that it's not really a fact. It sounds like an opinion. Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. I don't want to hear it, LeBron fans. I don't want to hear it. Jordan's got 6 championships. LeBron's got 3. Not close yet. LeBron's got to get to Kobe before he can get to MJ. So maybe that's not a fact. Maybe that's a Mr. Salerno fact, but I stand by it. And our final basketball fact is about a really popular basketball tournament that takes place every year called March Madness. That's a college basketball tournament. So every year, 64 college teams, I guess 68 college teams, are chosen to participate in a basketball tournament. And they keep on playing until there's only one team left. And that team is the college basketball champion. It's called March Madness. It starts right about in the middle of March and ends like early April. Now, unfortunately, because of COVID-19, we didn't get to see the March Madness tournament this year. But March Basketball Madness is not the only type of March Madness that exists. There's also March Book Madness, or I guess it would be May Book Madness. And that's something that I'm really excited to introduce to you today. This is our May Book Madness tournament. This is the picture book edition. So what you see here are 8 different books, and each book is up against another book. And we're going to see which of these picture books wins May Book Madness. Let's take a look at some of these different matchups. We've got Creepy Pair of Underwear versus The Happy Book. And you may look at that matchup and you say, whoa, that's a tough choice. I know, that's why it's fun. We've got The Bad Seed. Sorry, got to say it this way. The Bad Seed versus Wolfie the Bunny. Different personality types in there. We've got Gaston versus Hair Love. And we've got My Poppy Has a Motorcycle versus Leave Me Alone. So if you look at that tournament bracket, you'll see books that I've read to you on Seesaw, or if I was a guest reader for one of your classes. You'll see books that were popular at our book fair earlier this year. You'll see books that we read in library. Lots of great book choices there for you to choose from. So here's how this is going to work. If you want to participate in May Book Madness, you're going to find a second link in your Seesaw. I think it went live at about 10 minutes before we started today. This is for May Book Madness. This is optional. You do not have to complete this. If you want to do it for some fun and help choose a May Book Madness winner, then I would highly recommend it. Here's how it's going to work. Go to Seesaw, find the May Book Madness activity. It's a second activity. And click on the link to go to Kahoot. Now, you may have played Kahoots before. This Kahoot is a different type of Kahoot. Kahoots that you're used to, you play live in class with your friends. This is called a Kahoot challenge, which means it's something that is not timed. You do it on your own time. So this link is going to be live for the next week or so. So at any time between now and next Tuesday, you can click on it and complete the May Book Madness Kahoot challenge. When you log in, first, you'll be asked to put in your name. right down there, then tap OK, go. The next screen will show you the title of the Kahoot, which is May Book Badness, Picture Books, Round 1. Then you'll see one of the questions. In this case, it's picture book matchup. The Bad Seed versus Wolfie the Bunny. Then you'll see the two books. Notice there's no timer on the screen, so you're not timed here. You'll see the Bad Seed with a red background, Wolfie the Bunny with a blue background. You cast your vote. You tap which one you like better. I'm going to choose Wolfie the Bunny. My votes don't count, don't worry. You'll see the results of your voting. You'll do that 4 times, once for each matchup. And then at the end, you'll see this message. You have completed the challenge. This challenge is going to remain open for the next 6 days until Tuesday, May 5th at 1 o'clock. After that, voting will be closed and the seesaw activity will not appear in your seesaw anymore. I just need that time because I'm going to calculate the votes. I'll update the slideshow for next week. You'll see which books won, and then you'll vote on the next round of matchups. So right now we've got 8 books. You'll vote over the next week, narrow it down to 4. Next week, you'll find out what those 4 books are and what the new matchups are, and you'll vote again. You'll narrow it down to there for 2, narrow it down to 2. And then after that, you'll narrow it down to 1. Josie, is there a right one? Meaning, is there a correct answer? No correct answer. You choose the book that you want to move on to the next round. If you want to see Creepy Pair of Underwear win May Book Madness, then make sure you vote for Creepy Pair of Underwear. If you love the Bad Seed and you really want to see that in the next round, make sure you vote for the Bad Seed. There are no right answers. There are no wrong answers. It's totally your choice. And it's optional too. Just another fun thing we can do to stay entertained while we're home. All right, I'll give it another second before I move on to the next thing. See if there are any questions about May Book Madness or how to complete that. Scroll back a little bit. You're very right about Jordan. This is why you are the best library teacher. Thank you. I'll take that. A couple of people saying they can't hear me. I see that I cut out maybe a couple times. All right, I see no more questions. So let's move on to our final activity. This is time for you to participate in our next Madlibs Live. There's that yellow camera. Once we get some text on the screen, you may want to take a screenshot. Here's how we're going to do Madlibs Live this week. It's a little different. I've got 8 categories for you. And I'll put those categories on the screen one at a time. When I tell you what the category is, then you can start typing your suggestions to me. Once I choose one, I will publish it in the comments so everybody could see it. And then we'll move on to the next one. Last week, some of you sent me all 4 choices at the same time, which was fine because there were only 4 of them to read. With 8, though, I think it'd be a little bit too much. All right. So let's get started with our next Madlib. Occupation. First, give me the name of a job, any type of job, like firefighter, teacher, doctor, grocery store clerk. Start giving me some names of jobs. Remember, 10 to 20 second delay. Ray asks, where can I read the books? Unfortunately, I can't put the books online. I don't have that for you. So you have to use your memory or just choose what you like. Can't read the books except for the ones that I've already posted on Seesaw. So I think you could read Wolfie the Bunny and Creepy Pair of Underwear on Seesaw, or listen to me read it anyway. Hey Quinn, Lippy, it's not May yet. Nope, but it will be very soon. Police. Nurse, police, doctor, teacher, construction worker, doctors, mailmen, doctors, firefighters, teachers, vet, programmers, lot for teachers, a lot for doctors, janitors, librarian. Thanks, Janya. Software engineer, firefighters, librarian again, hotel, zookeeper. That's a good one. I kind of like zookeeper. All right, we're gonna use zookeeper. Next, I want you to give me the name of a place. Now, this could be the name of a specific place like Disney World or KD Markley, the two most fun places on earth, or it can be a place like outside, downstairs, any kind of place. Give me a place. Can we look at the books when we are? I can't put any books on Epic. I do not have that ability. All right, so we've moved on from jobs. We're now on to places. Places only. No more suggestions for jobs. I know you guys are 10 seconds behind me. Start thinking of places. Home. Home is the first one. That's a good one. The zoo. KDM. The park. The mechanic. That's a job again. Sorry. The mall. No more jobs. We're on to places. The zoo. KDM. Canada. All right. Yeah, let's do Canada. Next, I need a zoo animal. I need a zoo animal, an animal you would find at the zoo. So no unicorns, unfortunately, because you can't find unicorns at the zoo. We're looking for zoo animals right now. See a wolf. Yes. I don't know if you'd find wolves at a zoo. Maybe at a wolf sanctuary. Remember, I'm a little bit, your comments are a little bit behind where I'm at. There we go. Giraffe is the first one that I see. Giraffe is certainly a zoo animal. A leopard, a monkey, cheetah, lion, tiger, zebra again, tiger, dragon. No dragons at the zoo, Lippy. Sorry. Lion, tiger, rhino, giraffe, cat, otter. Ooh, I like otter. Let's use otter. Marrying with otter for the win. All right, next. I need the name of a KDM teacher. Next, I need the name of a KDM teacher. Moving on from zoo animals. A lot of tigers, a lot of giraffes. So some places coming in. Scroll down through all the places, all the animals. We're on to a teacher from KD Markley. Doesn't even have to be a teacher. It could be any staff member from KD Markley too. Me. It's the first suggestion. Mrs. Crumbar. Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Morris, Mr. Fonzo, Mrs. Conti, Mr. Steinmetz, everybody's naming their teachers, of course. Mrs. Rice, Mrs. Conti, Mrs. Morris, Mrs. Clark, Mr. Salerno, Mr. Salerno, Mr. Salerno, Mr. Fonzo, Mrs. Davis, Mr. Fonzo, Miss Persichetti, Mr. Salerno, Mr. Salerno, Mrs. Galletti, Mrs. Clark, Mr. Salerno. All right, I'll take. All right. I'll do it. I'll take my name. We'll use me. Next, something that you use every day. And guys, this could be so many things. This could be a toothbrush. Well, I hope it's a toothbrush. It could be socks. It could be the sink. Shoes. Something that you use every day. A door. Got a shout out for Mr. Jones there and the teachers. Looking now for something that you use every day. You, personally, you. Math. Oh, that's a good one, Marion. Math, I love that. Food, books, yes. iPad, especially now. Books, Floss. Floss is a good one. Computer, the toilet. Well, that's accurate. A pencil, toys, a pen, a toothbrush. Elephant. I think that's left over from the animals. Stairs. These are all things you use every day. Spoon, clothes, electronics. Pencil, your brain. Let's try brain. I like that one, Justin. Use your brain every day. That's a good one. All right, next, I need a food. Going back to one of our categories from last week, keeping it simple. Something you use we're off something you use every day. We are looking for a food. I know we're a little bit over time here too, so I'll try to go through these next couple pretty quickly. This week's Madlib is taking a little bit longer. Some type of a food. I'm going to try to choose one of the earlier foods that gets suggested here. Remember, 10 to 20 second delay. My brother. I don't know if that's something that you use every day. I hope it's not a food. Pizza. Mac and cheese. Pizza again. Sushi. Turkey. Let's go with sushi. We got sushi on the mind, especially with my scramble. Next, something that runs on electricity. Something that runs on electricity. That means something that needs batteries, or something that you need to plug in order for it to work, or something that you need to charge to get it to work. Something that runs on electricity. See, pizza, I think that's still left over from food. Something that runs on electricity, something you need to plug in, or something that you need to put batteries in, or something that you need to charge, which I guess is the same as plugging in. iPad, there we go, there's one. iPad, electric toothbrush. I like that. I'm gonna use Mrs. Morris's suggestion there of electric toothbrush. And finally, I need you to give me 2 adjectives. You can type them both in the same comment. An adjective is a describing word. So think of words that describe size or shape or color, things like that. I need 2 describing words, 2 words that would describe a person, place, or thing. 2 describing words. And then these are our last 2. And after this, we'll get to see how they fit into our Madlib for this week. All right, on to adjectives. Don't see any adjectives yet. Remember, 10 to 20 second delay. Nasty and cool. Pretty and silly. Stinky. Big. Huge. We'll use huge, that's one of them. I'll take Saya's adjective of huge. Nice and happy. Weird, normal. Gloomy, happy. Tall, brown. Fast, slow. Fast, huge. Big and smelly. Huge and blue. Funny. Pretty crazy. I'm going to use pretty crazy. It's technically 2, but I'll take that, Janya. All right. Now, this is the point where you may want to take a quick screenshot of all of these categories, because I need to take this. Which way am I pointing at? I need to take this screen down so I can type your answers into the Madlib. So I'll give you just a few seconds to do that. And then I'm going to get my screen ready here for just my face so I can take down the other screen. And I'll need about 20 seconds to type these in. All right. Here's me. I'm going to go back to our comments now. Now you're stuck with my face for just a few seconds. And let me get to our Madlib. All right. The occupation was a zookeeper. The place was Canada. The job was I think I missed one. Oh, there it is. No, it's not the job. It's the animal. Then we have KDM teacher was me. Hope I don't regret this. All right, let's see. So something you use every day was is that electric toothbrush? Oh, your brain. That's right, your brain. And the food was sushi. Something that works with electricity was the electric toothbrush. Almost done. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know we're a little bit over time today. And our first adjective was huge. And the second adjective was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Do a quick spell check. Zookeeper, Canada, otter, Mr. Salerno, brain, sushi, electric, toothbrush, huge, and pretty crazy. All right, you ready to see our Madlib? Let's get it going. Last thing we'll do today, friends. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for your patience. All right, here we go. You probably recognize this Madlib. Doesn't sound the way, it's not going to sound the way it usually does, though. This is our school pledge. Here we go. I'll be a zookeeper to all at Canada because being an otter is so uncool. If I see Mr. Salerno doing wrong, I promise not to go along. I'll stand up and use my brain to help my friends make a good sushi. When we work as an electric toothbrush, KDM will be a huge and pretty crazy place for you and me. I think I still like our school pledge better, but this is a pretty close second. Thank you guys for helping to create that Madlib. You see the screen, or you see the screenshot logo in the upper right-hand corner. So if you want to take a screenshot of the Madlib that we just created, you can do that. Couple quick reminders before we go. Scrambles Part 2 will be on Seesaw this Friday. The drawings that you create can be shared on KDM Library Live next week. I'll choose a few of those. And May Book Madness, that link should be available right now. So if you want to, there's a link that will take you to Kahoot, and that is posted as a Seesaw activity as well. Everybody, thank you for coming back to KDM Library Live. I will see you again on Wednesday, May 6th. If you or any friends that you know have had trouble connecting today, you can drop something in the comments right now, or you can email me, and there's my email right down there for you, or your parents could email me. We'll go full screen for a second just to say that I miss you. Thank you for coming today. This is a great way for us to stay in touch. I know you have a busy day today with some work to do, maybe another meeting to go to, maybe some lunch to eat. I'm going to go do that in just a second. This way. Good chatting with everybody today. I'll stick around for another few seconds to answer any questions you might have. Just give me a second to scroll through all the comments. Other than that, guys, thank you for being here. See you next time. All right, just give me a few seconds to scroll through the comments here, guys. There's like 1,000 of them. All right, I'll try to say goodbye to you guys as you leave. All right, goodbye, Addison. Bye, Ashna. Bye, Julia. Bye, Josie. Bye, Janya. Bye, Amit. Bye, Shruti. Bye, Pratik. Bye, Justin. I miss having you in library. Bye, William. Bye, Emily. Bye, Rob. Bye, Lippy. Bye, Eric. Bye, Janya. Bye, Emery. Bye, Hannah. Bye, Rashika. Bye, Eleonora. Bye, Dex. Bye, Janie. Bye, Daniel. Bye again, Eric. All right, I think that might be it. All right, I'm going to officially end the live session. Goodbye, everybody.